Hello pattern drafters, welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe and share. So in this video today we are going to learn how to draft a basic bodice block the simplest way possible. So the first thing I'm doing, I'm just marking a straight line down the block which will act as my grain line. Then on this grain line I'm going to mark my full length, the full length of the sleeve. For my case, I'm working with 22 inches. So the next thing I'm doing, I'm marking 7.5 inches down from the starting point. So this becomes my bicep point. So I'll just mark a point there. That is my bicep point. So from the top again, I'm going to go down to 14 inches, which will become my elbow point. That's my elbow point from the top. I'm going to down to 14 inches, that becomes my elbow point. So the next thing I'm doing is to extend these lines. I'm just going to draw straight lines on my bicep point and on my elbow point, the way I'm doing here. Don't forget to draw a straight line again at the base of your block where you will place your wrist measurement. You remember you measured the full length of your sleeve, yeah? So at the point where you marked your sleeve length, that's where you are drawing your another straight line. That will be the wrist point. So the line in the middle, as I said earlier, that's just the grain line that will help you later as we move on. So for reference, I'm just marking again the bicep point for you guys to understand and for you guys not to forget this. Then the next line, I said that's the elbow point, so I'm just going to write there the elbow point so that I cannot confuse you while we are doing this tutorial. Then the last line is the wrist point. Okay guys, so I hope till there we are understanding. Okay, the next thing you want to do is to mark the bicep circumference, elbow circumference, which is mine is 10. Then the wrist circumference, mine I'm working with 8 inches. So I'll be dividing my wrist circumference divide by 2, that is 6. So I'll mark 6 on both sides of the grain line. I'll mark 6 on this side, as you can see me marking, then 6 on the other side. On my elbow point, I'll divide my elbow circumference divide by 2, which will give me 5. So I'll be marking my 5 on both sides of the elbow point again. On the wrist point, I'm doing the same thing. I'm dividing my wrist circumference divide by 2, which is giving me 4. So I'm just marking 4 on both sides of the grain line. After marking your points beautifully like this, you're just going to connect the 3 dots from the wrist point up to the bust point on both sides. Here I'm reconfirming my sleeve length just to know where my starting point was initially. So that this is where my starting point was. Yeah, so I'm just connecting the two sides of the bicep point to the top, to the very top of, to the starting point, let me say like that. So I'm just connecting this side and that side to the starting point before I can create the curves, the sleeve curves, so that this becomes my starting point. What you're going to do next is to determine where you want to be the front part of your sleeve and where you want to be the back part of your sleeve. So for me, I want this to be my front. That's why I'm just writing in. You can see where I've written front and the back. Now on the front part, I'm just measuring this line, and what I get, I'll be dividing that by 4. Then I'll just be dividing that by 4, then I'll be marking what I got on the line. And because I don't want to use a calculator, I'm just folding my tape into 2. After getting the measurement I got earlier, I folded my tape into 2 so that I can get the midpoint. So I'm just marking this midpoint on the line. Then on this midpoint, I am folding the tape again into 2, meeting that midpoint. Then I'm marking another point on the top and on the bottom, so it makes the sections 4. Yes, if you're finding this challenging, kindly just press on your calculator. It will be easier that way. Then on the very first dot, I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch, and on the very first dot, I'm going to go up by 0.8 inch. Yes, so I believe you can see the dots I've just marked. The one that I marked 0.8 inch up, and the one 0.5 inch down. So I'm just going to draw in my curve with a pencil first, because I don't want to draw with my mark pen and find just out that I just messed. So I'm going in first with a pencil, then I'll just be drawing in again with my mark pen. So that is it for the front sleeve, the front part of the sleeve. So the next thing I want to do is to find the measurement of this back line. Just measure this line. You see this line I'm measuring? Measure it. Then after measuring, you are going to divide your measurement by 3. The front one we divided by 4, but now for the back one, it's a bit different, because now we are dividing the measurement we have by 3. After dividing mine, I got 3 inches, so I'm just marking 3 inches. So you will notice that now I have 3 portions. Yeah, because I divided my measurement by 3. On the very first dot, this dot here, you're going to take your tape and measure 0.8 inch going up and mark a point there. Then on this last portion, you see the last portion, you're going to measure this portion, mine is 3, then divide that measurement by 2. I'm getting 1.5 inch. Then on this point, I'm going to go in again by 0.5 inch. Okay, using my pencil, I'm just going to draw in the back curve of the sleeve. So I'm first going in with my pencil before I can draw this again with my mark pen. So I hope you can see the points I'm passing through. Just look at what I'm doing. This is how the sleeve is looking. So I'm going to add 1/2 inch seam allowance all around my borders. Okay, so just writing in the pattern instructions on the sleeve, just to know that this is the basic sleeve block and it is size 12. Then while cutting, I'm just indicating here that I'm supposed to be cutting 2. So that is basically all about the sleeve. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time guys, bye.